Hey everyone, welcome to Kel Stitches. I'm Kelly and this is my channel all about cross stitching and my addiction to collecting patterns and stash and everything else that goes along with the hobby. Today is Monday 30th of October 2023 and this is Flosstube number 35. I would just like to say thank you to all of my returning subscribers and viewers. Very much welcome, and welcome and thank you to any new subscribers or viewers that might have just come across me and decided to check out my video. I hope you enjoy what I have to show you, and if you do, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Be very much appreciated. So thanks for coming along, guys. Alright, so I didn't get, well, I'd got a little bit of stitching done, but not a lot. I didn't stitch for 6 days in the fortnight because, as most of you would know if you've watched my Stitch With Me that I posted on Thursday, or uploaded on Thursday, we had the Jacaranda Ball that we catered for on Saturday, and then the daughter and I went to Brisbane to see the chicks. I've got myself a tour shirt, got the son a cap and a jumper. So yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. If you want to hear about some of our adventures during that time, go and watch my Stitch With Me. I talk about our adventures that we had while there. So yeah, there was 6 days. We got back on the Wednesday, and the Thursday I was so tired I didn't want to stitch because I knew that if I did I'd probably make a mistake and I'd have to go and frog it. So I left myself that headache and didn't bother stitching. So yeah, so there was that 6-day period in there, but I did get still got some good numbers and good stitching in. So let's get straight into what you are all here to see. The first project that I worked on was this one. It is called Protector. The artwork is by Katie Lipscomb and the chart is designed by Pain Free Crafts. So if you've watched me long enough, you'll know that I'm not doing the white background. It is just the coloured wools that I'm doing. So that is what it will look like when it is finished. I'll put in a picture of where it was the last time we seen it, and this is where I'm up to with it now. So I have finished off this page. As you can see, I've finished off that ear. There's a couple of stitches in here that are just hanging out on their own, so I might have to go back and fill them in with a couple of just white stitches, or a couple of stitches around there that are going to match in, that are just hanging out on their own. It's a bit hard to know what to delete or what to fill in when you're trying to omit the background. So you just got to sort of fly by the seat of your pants with it, and when you're stitching it, then you're just going to have to work out whether you actually want those stitches in or not. So yeah, as you can see, these couple of stitches are just hanging out in the never never on their own, so I will go and fill that in just so it doesn't look so weird. I mean, you're not really going to notice too much, but yeah, I'll just fill in that from there up, that curve of that ear there. So I stitched on this for 3 days and I got 1,400 stitches into it, and it is being worked on 16 count, a 16 count aider that I hand dyed myself. A little bit greener than what I probably would have liked it to have been, but that is what it came out as, so that's what we're sticking with. So yeah, that's what that one is looking like. Get back in there. All right. The next one that I worked on was this one. Mini Shaman. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So that is what it will look like when it is completed. I am currently working up in this section here of the horse and the saddle, or the saddle blanket I should say. So working on it. This is the one that I did do my stitch with me on, if any of you happen to watch that. I know there's a few of you that have. So I'm still having issues with this bigger Nerge frame. It's just not keeping the tension the way I like. It's, I don't know, I've got it, I think I've nearly got it as tight as it can possibly go, but it's just the fabric keeps slipping. Alright, so picture of where it was, and this is where I am up to with it. So yeah, I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,240 stitches into it. So I worked on all this black bit in here on my stitch with me. Thought I'd get that, and as you can see, all my travelled floss on the back, which you won't be able to see anyway. Once I've stitched over it, it will be fine because it's all dark colours. If it was light colours under that I was stitching on the front, I might be a little concerned that them dark colours, that the grey, because it is a grey, would show through, but I'm not that worried because all of that is, this pattern's all darker colours. There's not a lot of lighter colours in it. So yeah, and as I said, I'm still having issue with this Nerge. As you can see, there's still a gap in here, even though I have folded the fabric over and put it in between. It's, I don't know if it's a design fault or what, it just doesn't want to seem to pull tight enough to hold the fabric. So I don't think I'll be buying any more of these bigger Nerges. I think I will stick with the smaller ones. I have measured it, a Haid page. This is more than a Haid page. This is like a page and a partial. So a Haid page, which are the biggest pages of a full coverage company that I know of, they will fit into the, I think it's a 7x8, the smaller Nerges are a 7x8, they will fit into them. So I'm thinking that I will just go with the smaller ones, because I just, like, it's holding, but just not as much tension as I like. I really do like drum tight tension. Alright, that is that one. So the next one that I worked on was this one, Daydream Sea Turtles. The artwork is by Sheena Pike and the chart is designed by Charting Creations. That is what it will look like when it is finished. Now I am working in this section here over to the side. Pretty sure, yeah. So I am working in this section here with the big ass flipper of the little baby turtle. Another reason why I want to go to Nurges is because they're so flat. You can actually store them easier, whereas with Q-snaps they're a little bit bulky, and I do have some issues fitting everything into my bag. Oh, sorry guys. I am going to do a extra video after I finish filming this one. I am going to film one of me washing my tigers, so that'll go up at the end of the week, or yeah, probably the end of the week. All right, so we'll put up a photo of where it was, where Turtles was, and this is where we are at with it now. So as you can see, I have filled in all of this around the flipper and a little bit more, sorry, didn't mean to give you a finger, a little bit more around here and over here. So I stitched on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. This is one that I am going to wash as soon as I have finished this page off. Well, I think it's a page and a partial. Excuse me. As soon as I finish it, I'm going to take it out of the Q-snap. When I go to move it, I'm going to rinse it and throw it in the washing machine, because this fabric is very stiff and starchy. I want to see if it softens up a little bit. I don't know if that's why I'm having issues with it, because it's so hard to push the needle through. I don't know how many times I stabbed my finger. You can probably, not going to focus. In there I've got a callus where, because that's the finger I used to push the needle through with, I've got a callus in there, but a few times, because it was so hard to push through on this, I think because of the fabric, not because of the bulkiness of the back. I actually stabbed the needle. The needle actually got stuck in my finger and it kind of hurt. So anyway, that is what that is looking like. This is being stitched on 16 count. Most of my projects at the moment are on 16 or 18 count, because that's just the way I roll. Makes the projects absolutely massive, especially these full coverage ones, but I don't mind. That's fine. Just turn you again a little bit, because when I knocked you, it did turn the tripod a little bit. Alright, so the next one that I worked on is this one. It is Moonrise Song, the large version. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter, and the chart is designed by Artistic Cross Stitch. So that is what it will look like when it is completed. Probably 20 years down the track at the rate I'm stitching it. But so I am working up here in this mountain. As you know, I got the wolves heads done, and then decided to move up to get some of that background. I'm going to move right up to the top and then move across and get all of that background there done, so then I can come back down and finish off the wolves eventually. because as I said, at the rate I'm stitching it, it may take a while. Alright, so I will put in a picture of where we were, and oops, this is where I've got to. So I've finished off this page, as you can see. Yes, I have got it around the right way. As you can see, I've finished off this page that is heading up towards the peak of the mountain, and I am on to the next page. I have to say it is very easy stitching all of these pages, because it's all blues. There's not a lot of confetti in them, because there's, I'll probably hit a bit of confetti here in the tops of those trees, but there is not a lot of confetti in the in that at all. So I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. So that is coming along nicely. When I do my whip parade at the end of the year, I will take all of these whips out, all these projects out of their Q-snaps, to show you the full what I've got stitched on them for the year, and the whole lot that I've got stitched so far. Like, oops, don't tip them all out. That is all the spare floss that I have got for it. And I mean, and that's all my floss drops, which are all full skeins. So it just goes to show how much floss this is going to be. When I do my whip parade, you'll see how big the fabric is, because I'll probably hold it out. Right. That one back into its bag. Okay, let me have a quick drink. It's 10 to 11 here in Australia, and it is already a little bit warm. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow's meant to get to 37 degrees, I think. Let me just check that. Alright, so it's already 24 degrees. It's meant to get to 31 today and 37 tomorrow. Yay, fun. Last week was a shocker. When we went up to Brisbane, it was a 36 degree day. 35, 36 degree day, and when we came home on the Wednesday, it was a lovely 40, 41 degrees here in New South Wales. So that was absolutely lovely to come home to. And then we went from 40, 41 degrees, which I think in Fahrenheit's around 110, I think. Between 105 and 110, I think 40 degrees is. We went from that back down to like 20 degrees because we had a couple of days of rain. Yes, not that it done much because we only got about an inch, but any rain's better than no rain. Right, on to the next one. I've got to sneeze, sorry. Nope, stopped it. Alright, so the next one that I worked on is this one. It doesn't actually have a name, so I just call it Tribal Wolf. This is from an Etsy store called 2x2 Stitch Art. As I said, it hasn't got a name. It's just, I just call it Trouble Wolf. Alright. Now, I stitched on this one yesterday, and I only done a little bit because I really wanted to get some work into the next project, which I only got a few stitches into anyway. So I'll put a picture up of where this one was. Sorry, now I've got a runny nose because I was going to sneeze. Alright, and this is where we're up to now. So I think I was a little bit further over this way, but I've just filled in the rest of that top border and came over to start on the corner. Now I got 500 stitches into this, and as I said, I worked on this yesterday. When I say 1 day, 2 days, it doesn't necessarily mean I worked on it for the whole day. It just means that I worked on it for as long as I did on that day. And so whether it was 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever, 2 hours. So yeah, they're not whole days that I work on them. It's just for my stitching. I'm not going to go by the hours. I just go by the days. So yeah, that is what it's looking like. And this is a smaller nurge. And as you can see, it is nice and tight. I could probably even tighten it up a little bit more. It is nice and tight. The fabric is drum tight. So yeah, I don't know. I do have another larger nurge that I was going to put onto, put turtles into. So once I wash turtles, I might put it in the nurge. I'll do an extras video on how I put it into the nurge, see if I can get it any tighter. Maybe it's just a fault in that one. Maybe the other one is my hair doing? Maybe it's just a fault in the other one. I'll see what happens with this one before I make a final decision. But yeah, that is the smaller nurge frames, and they are a lot better. And then they definitely hold better fabric tautness. Alright, so this is being stitched on 14 count Aida from Paddock Lane Designs. It was bought from during a dye spot sale. As you can see, there's a few spots on it. Dye spots don't worry me, it just adds to the whole overall look. And I am using DMC Etoile 823. So it's blue with a little bit of a sparkle in it. You can't really see it, but it has got a slight sparkle to it. Once this is finished, I will go and I will make it into probably into a cushion cover. Right, sorry about that, guys. I had to go and get a tissue to blow my nose. It was really starting to annoy me. Alright, the last one that I worked on, which we haven't seen for a little while, is this one. It's the reindeer from the A Year in the Woods series by Cottage Garden Samplings. Artist is Vinnie P.S. Tan. Anyway, so that is, yeah, so that's the reindeer. As you can see on this one, he has got brown or like a hazelnutty colour on the top of his antlers. If you're stitching this and you don't have probably one of the new copies of this pattern, there has been a mistake made in the printing of it. Printing, or maybe not, it's not so much the printing, it's the actual charting of it. So I will see up here, that symbol there is not meant to be that symbol. That is the colour 945, which we all know is like a lemony, not lemony, but like it's like a darker bone colour or a crew colour. So that is not meant to be that symbol. It is actually meant to be the bright leaf, which is the little orange square symbol, which is that orange. You're not going to focus for me. Anyway, but it's that little orange square symbol there, showing black on the screen, but it is that little symbol there. So it has been charted incorrectly. Some people picked it up when they were stitching it because they compared it to that picture, which I didn't. I went off the whole trust the pattern. So yeah, some people picked it up and managed to stitch in the right colour. Some people, like myself, did not pick it up, and he has, it looks like he has snow all over the top of his antlers. So I'll put a picture of where it was, and this is where we're up to. So as you can see, all this white here is not meant to be there. It is meant to be this browny hazelnut colour. Now, when that first came out, when someone first mentioned it and said that it had been charted incorrectly, I'd already stitched these antlers, and I was like, nope, I am not going to go and frog all that out. Not doing it. So he's just going to be a little bit different to everyone else's. So yeah, that is where I'm up. I only got 300 stitches into him, and I worked on this one as well last night. That's why I only done 500 on the tribal wolf, because I wanted to get a little bit into this, because I hadn't touched it for months and months. So yeah, I got this. I got the cabin and this snowflake finish, the cabin and all the house, and the tree here started. Really want to get back to this, which I will do now that my tigers are done. I'll get back to stitching on this more regularly, because I was concentrating on getting the tiger. I was determined to get tigers done before the end of the year. So that is what the reindeer is looking like, and this is being stitched on 18 count Aida that I dyed myself, and I am doing them all on one piece of fabric. So, and there's the wolf and the swans. Once I do the reindeer, then I can go down and start stitching on them back in order. I know the reindeer's number 12, but it was going to be easier just to stitch on him, or stitch him first and then move down rather than counting, because I don't trust my counting skills. So that is everything that I stitched on in the last fortnight rotation. All up I stitched for 9 days. Don't know how that worked. How did I get 9 days out of 14 when I only stitched 6? Oh, you clown. It's probably because some days I stitched on 2 projects. Like one day I stitched both on Shaman and Turtles. So that'd explain it. Okay, so I probably stitched 8 days. 8 and 16, 8 and 6, 14. Yeah, that makes it. So I stitched on it for 8. I stitched for 8 days out of the fortnight, and I got 5,440 stitches. So I think that's still a fair amount of stitching in 8 days. I've got today left. I'll start on my next rotation and see what I can get done on some of those projects. So haul, I got a couple of patterns thanks to Judy, who is an Aussie in a Kiwi world. She is a great enabler. We've actually dubbed her the Queen Enabler in our chat groups because she is brilliant at enabling us all. So I got, if I can find them, give me a second, scrolling. All right. So, if you haven't seen it yet, this is the 2024, oh there we go, that's better. This is the 2024 SAL for Modern Folk Embroidery. Now I'm not doing these colours, I am doing another conversion of them. Let me see if I can find it, or did I delete them all? Give me 2 seconds. Haven't deleted them from my... Okay, so... Nope, not that one. Yes, it is that one. So I am going to do it in a similar colour version of that, but I think I'm thinking of reversing it. So the and where this orangey tanny colour is, I am actually going to be using gold metallic. So I am going to reverse the colours so it looks more like it will look more like that, but with a gold metallic rather than I think this one's a better version. Yeah, that one's better. So that is what I'm going to stitch it to look like. And then the other one I bought was this one, which is the current Modern Folk Embroidery sale for 2023. And I'm going to do it in the same colours with the blue and the gold metallic. And I am going to be doing it on 20 count. I know it's a shock for most of you, and I know some of you are probably going, whee, she's finally getting to 20 count. Well, yeah, so I'm going to probably be doing it on like that 20 count. It's like your, what's it called, rustic something, but it's 20 Zygote 20 count. I was going to dye it and do it black, but I didn't like the color conversion on the black fabric. It made the colors, I don't know, too bright, popped out too much. So I decided I'd either stick with white, but then I seen that color fabric and thought it'd probably look all right with the gold on that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. That will be one of my new starts next year. I've just got to order the fabric and the gold floss. I am thinking I will use DMC Diamond metallic, I think, because Petite Treasure Braid, they only come on them little cards, and you need like, it's like 17,000, nearly 18,000 stitches, and I think it's like 40 meters, something like that you need. So you can get your DMC Diamond in your spools, which are like 35 or 40 meters depending on which one you get. So I have to order the fabric and the metallic floss. So that is one of my new will be one of my new starts for next year. I can't show you my other new starts because they are already in Pattern Keeper on my tablet, and that is what I am recording on. But actually, I will quickly. Another new start is going to be this one, which is Tiger Lily by Laurie Prindle, charted by Pain Free Crafts. It is one of the kits that I bought with my Crystal Club vouchers. So I will be starting that in the new year. There is one of my viewers who is also going to start it because she blamed me for enabling her to go and buy it. So we decided that we would start it together in the new year. And then there's a couple of others. So I am still up in the air about my plans for next year. As I said, I am not setting myself any goals. I will just stitch what I can when I can, and stitch what I want when I want and how I want. But I am thinking, now this is just thinking, I am at 16 projects. Well, was at 16 projects and I finished 3, so I'm back down to 13 projects. I am thinking of going to 21 projects, and then every fortnight I will either spin a wheel or pull them out of a basket, like Jen and Alara, and I think there's a few others that do it like that, and just pull seven projects out a fortnight, and then that way I can do 2 days a project. There'll be 3 different rotations, and any that I don't work on in that fortnight will just get thrown back into the basket or back onto the wheel, so it can be repicked. Because, as you know, there will be days where I probably can't work on them because of work. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I've already got Modern Folk Embroidery Sale, Tiger Lily. The third one of the Adventure Awaits trilogy. Is there something else that I put in there? Oh yeah, I'm going to do the wolf or the horse head, which is by the same designer as the tigers. So that's 4 new starts. Means I need another fall. Now, Cross Stitch for Everyone is bringing out a sale for next year. It is a like a safari Savannah type sale, which has sort of caught my interest. She will be releasing the more details on. No, must have deleted it. She will be releasing more details on the 1st of November. So I'm waiting to see what those details are before I commit to doing that. But if I like the idea of it, and what haven't you, that may be a 5th start, and then I just need 3 more. So I will skip. Oh no, I've got one that I've got a pattern that Judy gave me. It is an Indian one with a saying. I really want to get it done. I think I've got the right size fabric for it. I want to do it on a yellow fabric. I've got 2 yellow fabrics in there that I think might be the right size for it. So I've got to measure it, and then I just got to get the floss and the beads, because that one has a lot of beads on it. So yeah, that might be 6 starts. We're getting there, guys. Just got to find 2 more. But that's maybe what I'm going to do, just so I know a lot of you don't really care that you see the same projects every month, like on a fortnightly rotation, but it just gives you guys something. So there'd be like 3 fortnightly rotations, something a little bit different. And that is also why I'm not going to set myself any goals, because with more projects, it'll be more stress if I don't reach my goals. But yeah, that is what I'm thinking. I will confirm or firm those plans up closer we get to the end of the year. So one other bit of haul that I got was a cross-stitch mystery advent box from Ali B Designs. I ordered that the other day, so it should arrive in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be another something to open in my Flossmas videos. Alright guys, I think that is enough rambling. As I said, I go back to work tomorrow. Boo. Really don't want to, but I need money to buy more cross-stitch stuff. So I have to go back to work. I looks totally thrilled about it, don't I? Anyway, all I got to think of is it's only 2 months, and then we'll have another week and a half, 2 weeks off at Christmas time. That's all I got to think about. Is my days off and my next few holidays. All right, so, and I don't really have much else to talk about because I went through a lot of it in my Stitch With Me. As I said, if you want to hear about some of our adventures up in Brisbane, go and watch the Stitch With Me. There is a couple more little stories that I thought about afterwards, so I've jotted them down, and I'm hoping that I might be able to get a Stitch With Me done every fortnight. So update this week, stitch with me next week, hopefully. So that is everything. I will finish this update and I will record an extra video on showing how I wash my finished stitched projects. All right, guys, once again, thank you for dropping in and watching me. If you're new, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer, thank you. It is very much appreciated. I know I haven't got back to the comments for my last update or the stitch with me. I will probably sit down and reply to. I hearted them all, just so you know that I've read them, but I probably will sit down and reply to them all while this video is converting and uploading. So you'll probably all have replies by the time you see this video. All right, guys, 46 minutes and I need to stop rambling. All right, I will see you in my next video, which will hopefully be in 2 weeks' time, unless I do a stitch with me next week. All right, guys, thank you. Wherever you are in the world, please take care and stay safe. Bye.